It's only a short story, this one, guys. Cody back again, dropping another video. This one's in The Guardian. Loss of senior managers led to the UK's prison crisis. New figures show exodus of experienced staff leading to dangerous flaws in the service, says campaigners. Hundreds of senior staff and management have left the prison service in the past 5 years without being replaced. New figures reveal which has led to dangerous flaws in the system, according to campaigners. The exodus of crucial experienced staff has coincided with record levels of assaults, suicides and self-harms in jails in England and Wales, and forced the government to take action to increase prison officer numbers that for almost a decade have cuts. Official figures obtained by The Observer from the Ministry of Justice under the Freedom of Information legislation show that 40% of senior officers have left in the past 5 years, but only 2 have joined, one of whom quit less than a year. There were 205 outgoing managers compared with 23 incoming, whilst only a single replacement was hired in place of 295 custodial managers. About 17,000 staff left the service between 2012 and 2016, with 106 operational managers exiting in 2016, up from 47 in 2012. The only net increase came in non-operational roles, with 52 more psychologists and 142 more administrative assistants. The revelations will pile further pressure on the government to reconsider its policy on outsourcing prisons to private contractors. The MOJ had to draft in extra 30 prison officers to HMP Birmingham last week after being forced to take over the G4S run institution. An inspection found the jail to be in a state of crisis, with drug use rife, blood, vomit and cockroaches in the corridor. The Chief Inspector of Prisons, Peter Clark, said gangs could perpetuate violence with near impunity and that staff were afraid and experienced bullying. Separate figures released by the Ministry of Justice forecast the prison population in England and Wales, which has nearly doubled since 1993, would grow by more than 3,200 over the next 5 years to 86,400 by March 2023. More than half of prisons are now overcrowded by their own definition. Francis Crook, the chief executive of the Howard League for Penal Reform, said it could take a decade to repair the loss of leadership and experience. Prisons are having a crisis of middle management, and this could pose considerable danger, she said. While it's good to bring in young blood to work for the prison service, like with any professional, they need help and guidance. If there's a rat infestation or a riot, you need to be able to turn to someone with years of experience. Peter Dawson, director of Prison Reform Trust, agreed. Many governors welcome the opportunity that recruiting new staff represents, but not in prisons where confidence has collapsed and new officers have to learn their craft in the midst of fear and chaos, he said. And with no accident when a prison has got out of hand. Let me get my bearings. The response normally includes reducing prisoner numbers. That is the relief that the system as a whole needs if staff are to stay and become competent. Got loads of sirens going on in the background. I'm trying to do a fucking vlog. Yeah, police helicopter up and doing a thingy, man. Fucking doing me head in. Early this year, The Observer revealed that... Is someone having a fucking laugh? Early this year, The Observer revealed that... Just wait for him to pass. Early this year, The Observer revealed that since 2010, prisons in England and Wales have lost a combined 70,000 years of officers' experience. The number of prison officers with less than 3 years' experience has more than doubled. Richard Burgon, the Shadow Justice Secretary, said across all grades there are still nearly 7,000 fewer staff in the prison service than when the Tories came to office. That is the root cause of the repeated crisis in our prisons, a situation that has now become a clear prisons emergency. But there were problems much deeper than a simple headcount. Thousands of years' worth of vital prison experience built up over decades has been lost for good as valued staff are axed or leave because of ever-worsening conditions. This poses a long-term threat to the stability of our prison and underlines the recklessness of the government's race to the bottom in our prison system. A prison service spokesman said the proportion of senior managing life has not changed since 2011. As with any organisation, we often promote staff with extensive experience to fill roles vacated for when, example, people retire. Right? No, the thing is, right, with the officer side, right, I do interviews, as you guys know, right, on prison issues as a former prisoner. People do, there are a lot of experienced officers leaving. I remember doing an interview with the national chair of the Prison Officers Association, a horrible man by the name of Mark Fairhurst. And he said to me, we did during the interview, the Ministry of Justice recruited 3,111 officers ahead of time. For the 3,011 officers they gained, right, new officers, right, with no life experience, right, they lost over 7,000 prison officers. One experienced officer with 20 years like experience is worth more than 10 new officers with no life experience. I genuinely do believe that. And like I say, the thing is, when they say senior officers and stuff, right, at my former prison, Forest Bank, right, they was taking, right, the red badges, the SOs, the senior officers, sorry, the red badges, they was culling them to save money, because what's the aim of a private prison? Cha-ching. Right, so prisoners are used and prison officers are used as political pawns, with the end goal being financial gain. Right, prisons for profit, that's what I call them, private prisons. Simple as that, guys. But yeah, the fact is, you're putting inexperienced officers on wings with highly manipulative criminals, and we work them, and we go at them, and you just keep digging and digging and digging, and there's always officers there that you can corrupt and stuff. And like I say, they've got no life experience, and you're putting them on wings. They might have gone from working at McDonald's, right, to working in a prison. And you've got highly volatile, highly, like, some dangerous lads in jail, yeah, man. Right? And then you've got we're masters of manipulation. It's as simple as that, guys. You've got these young officers with no life experience, and they end up they just get run circles around. Prisoners run circles around them. Anyway, guys, on that note, like, comment, subscribe, Cody out.